On the menu today, we're making a Muntjac Croquette. You don't have to use Muntjac here, you can use beef, lamb, chicken, whatever really, as long as it's a semi-fatty cut. And this is actually very achievable for anyone to do, it's not that hard. So to begin, roughly chop your veg. See, that was easy. Next up here, I've got some beef stock, about 2 litres for what I need. And then I'm just going to get a screaming hot pan with some vegetable oil in, season up my Muntjac, and then we're going to sear it off until we get some browning as best as we can. We'll give this side a season too. After a couple of minutes we'll flip that over to get some browning on the other side. Once we've got some colour on that, throw in your veg. And then a selection of herbs. And some demi-glace jelly that I've made in a previous video, I'll leave a link above. Then enough stock to nearly cover, lid on, and into the oven. Whilst that cooks, we'll get started with our butternut squash puree. We can make this now and then just reheat it whenever we need it. So take the top part of your butternut squash off, carefully remove the peel, and cut in half. Annoyingly, this butternut squash has seeds in the top and the bottom part, but not to worry, we'll just scrape them out. Now throw onto a baking tray, a little bit of oil, a little bit of seasoning, put some thyme underneath, and then that goes into the oven until soft. Now we need to do a little bit of roasted garlic to go into our Muntjac, so I'm just going to take the top off a bulb of garlic, stick it on some tin foil, season, and throw that in the oven for about an hour too. Back to our butternut squash, just going to take it off the tray, take the thyme out, chop it up roughly, and throw into a blender. I'm also going to add some salt and some double cream, and then just blend until smooth. Lastly, we're just going to push this through a fine sieve to make sure there's no lumps, and get that nice silky smooth puree. Okay, by now the Muntjac's done. Carefully remove it onto a tray, bearing in mind it should be very, very soft and fall apart at this point. Strain all your liquid. And I'm just going to pick out some of these bits of onion. They're going to help to gel this whole thing together and add a little bit of flavour later on. So your Muntjac should be nice and soft like this and still retain quite a lot of moisture. If it comes out dry, you've either cooked it for too long or on too high of a temperature. Keep that temperature nice and low the whole time. Anyway, remove all the meat from the bones and any cartilage or connective tissue you find, remove that too. Take your roasted garlic and you should just be able to squeeze out all those cloves, they should be very soft. Chop up your reserved onion nice and small. And add that to the meat too. And we're going to pour over a little bit of our cooking liquid. This contains all the gelatin and fat that's going to help bind all of this together later when we refrigerate it. Give all this a good mix through and shred it up slightly, but leave some fairly large chunks in there. Don't completely obliterate it. Now add a little bit more of your cooking liquid just until it looks a little bit wet like this. You don't want it swimming in liquid, but you do need it coated. Lastly, have a taste and adjust the seasoning if need be. Now get yourself a layer of cling film out and place the meat over in an even line just like so. Fold the cling film over and we're just looking at rolling this up into kind of a sausage shape here. Squeeze out any excess air and just make sure it's an even thickness all the way down. Now wrap this up tightly and you can put that in your fridge, or you can cut it into portions now and freeze it for another day. Next up we're going to make a celeriac and mashed potato puree, and this is just celeriac that I'm going to peel just like the butternut squash, dice up and boil until soft. Whilst that's cooking we'll go back to our Muntjac and we're just going to cut this into even sized portions, unroll the cling film making sure you get all of it off, and it should hold together firmly just like this. Next up, we're going to set up a panning station. That just means flour, egg, then breadcrumbs. I'm using panko here, but you can use whatever breadcrumbs you have. And back to our celeriac. It's now cooked, so we're just going to push it through a sieve using one of these pastry scrapers. Or if you don't have one of these, you can use a wooden spoon or a ladle. And just get it all the way through, and then your mashed potato. I've just baked a couple of potatoes whole and scooped the middle out for this. Anyway, season that with a bit of salt and some butter, and then just give it a good mix together until you have one smooth mash. Nearly there now, we're just going to deep fry our croquettes until they're golden brown. I should probably have put a bit more oil in my fryer for this. Once they're cooked, make sure they're drained really well to remove any excess fat. And now we're ready to plate. So I've done some roasted Brussels sprouts to go with this, as well as some pickled onions. And I've just reduced the cooking liquid from the Muntjac until thickened. Otherwise, give this one a go and let me know how you get on. See you next week.